Hello everyone, welcome back. Fancy seeing you here. I think you're more surprised to actually see me actually posting a video, because I've not posted a video in like 5 months or something. I don't know, don't check it out. I'm making this intro as quick as possible because that way I don't have to draw my character doing as many emotions. Yay! But basically this video is going to be about Avatar. Sorry for my long, hiatus. I am trying to upload videos, but I do a lot of art for myself, not really for YouTube content. So I don't know how to do that and put that into a video, but I'm probably just going to do that anyway because, like, this YouTube channel is for me. I'm going to do what I want to do. So whatever I draw, I'm just going to turn into a video somehow. But yeah, this video is going to be Avatar themed, like most of the videos on my channel at this point. But yeah, also my new persona / mascot is also an avatar. This is my Na'vi OC persona, Bailaron, which is just basically the Na'vi version of my current name. But yeah, so this is going to be completely Avatar related. So if you're not into Avatar, yeah, get out of here. Also, there will be spoilers for Avatar, The Way of Water, and Avatar Fire and Ash. So please watch at your own risk if you haven't watched any of those movies. Or this is also not a recap. So I'm not going to be completely recapping those movies. So do not take everything I say for like canon or 100% credit because, like, I don't know, the movies are just way better than me rambling. So go watch the movies if you want context for what I'm going to be yapping about in this video. Anyways, with that all said, and my fast yapping, let's get on to the video. So first I'm going to start off with just the first ever art I did of designing Bailaron, my avatar persona. That is also in the corner. He's doing a little drawy. I'll be showing off this piece and then all the other Bailaron pieces, and then I'm also going to be explaining his lore. Because he's a Na'vi, unlike most of my Avatar fandom characters. A lot of them are actually avatars, not Na'vi. But obviously Bailaron, since I myself want to be a Na'vi, I've made him a Na'vi, not an avatar. So obviously I've made myself a Na'vi and not an avatar. He grew up in Neytiri's clan, so the Ometikaya. He is an Ometikaya. Obviously, this might sound shocking to a lot of people, but I am trans, so I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to make him trans, or, like, how that works with Na'vis. Obviously, there's, like, all this other stuff. So I just decided on making him a guy. And not really worrying about that, because who gives a fuck? It's a fictional persona of me as a Na'vi that they don't even exist anyway. So who cares? And what I did was I wanted him to be like this one character. I'll try to put her on screen, but she's from Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. And she is colorblind, so she has a lot of like, she wears a lot of different colors, and she's also like a painter, so she has like a lot of different colors on her. And I really loved that. So I decided to do something similar for Bailaron, where I made him also have a lot of different colors. But I think where I lacked in this first initial designing of him is making the colors cohesive with each other. Because, like, although the Na'vi I put on the screen, the colorblind one, although she can't see colors, so like colors in a specific way, like, you know, there's like different colorblinds. They've designed her in such a way that it still works with each other, where the colors I feel like I chose for this piece just aren't it. So that's something I changed when designing my persona later on. There's a few things that will stay the same, and obviously there's going to be a few things that change, as you can tell with my persona already. That's in the corner. One thing that also will change is how I draw Na'vi, because obviously as you draw Na'vis more, you're going to, like, get better. Like, that's how drawing works. When you draw anything, you're just gonna get better. So I made him, like, very colourful, which I did end up changing a bit, but I still made him colourful in his new one, don't worry, I didn't get rid of his whimsy. He's still very whimsical. We love him. I made his knife. It is a tooth. but I haven't picked a specific tooth. I was gonna pick a Thanator because like that's kind of like iconic. But I don't know. I might pick something else. So his story is not related to the main franchise like at all. It's just my story if I was a Na'vi living like in the Avatar world. So obviously currently I am an adult. Surprising, I know. So obviously Baileron is an adult. So I'm thinking that he's not necessarily friends with Neytiri, but movie one wise, he is. He knows Neytiri. He's friends with Sute. Maybe he's a hunter. So like he's kind of all like he's around when Jake's around. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. So I don't know what I was last talking about because my brother came in and I yapped him for a couple minutes. But yeah, so obviously he's a Na'vi, so he understands the Na'vi way. And Jake coming in as Todorok Makto, obviously he respects and understands. So, Todorok Makto, yada yada yada, he respects that. He's like, oh my god, Neytiri and this, like, alien, sure. He's very into the Na'vi traditions, but he's also very open to the idea of Jake. He is not very happy when Jake starts implementing them using guns, and obviously he's on, like, Neytiri's side. Like, he's not meant to be a main character. Like, Baileron's not meant to be a main character. His story is more focused with Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. The Sarentu. And since my Sarentu OC is, like, cool and shit, and I can play that game now because I fucking finally bought it. Guys, you should it's so good. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora is so good. I can't stress it enough. Being able to fly around on your own Ikran is amazing. I wish I could have named my Ikran a different name, but that's okay. Obviously Baileron has his own Ikran. I have not yet designed it. Yes, I have. Wait, hold on. Right. I don't have a photo. Like, I have a photo, but I can't pull it up right now. But the photo I have is on my Instagram. Let me check it out. Making shit up. No. So, are you good, bro?
Yeah. So someone in the loading and the loading now. Someone is lost in California with all the data straight into the headset.
What the hell?
And it's so loud, fucking the 5 months that comes straight to the equipment.
Oh my god. Back to what I was saying. I'll put a photo up on the screen of the Ikran I have designed for Baileron. Her name is Sork, which means sun. I could be butchering that pronunciation, please don't harass me. I have changed the design of the Ikran a little bit just to make it give more butterfly because I loved the idea of like a butterfly looking Ikran since they're already kind of butterfly adjacent. With the colours, I love pink and orange. I wanted her to look like a sunset because Sork means sun in Na'vi. So I decided to call her Sun. Well, obviously, it's the Na'vi word for sun, because I thought that would be cute and it would match her colours, and I like the contrasting colours of the orange with Baileron's blues, and that's also why Baileron himself wears a lot of yellows and oranges. The next speed paint of Baileron is his updated design that I did a drawing of later on. And in this drawing, basically, this is kind of a sad piece. It's a bit more of an angsty piece. But basically, this is after his sister did die. Yes, he had a sister. That's part of the reason he goes traveling, which I explain in the next part of this video. But yeah, this piece is supposed to be sad. I love how the tears turned out. His colors are a lot more brighter and cohesive, I would say. I swear to God, there is a cockroach crawling on my leg, and there's one cockroach at my desk, and it keeps fucking messing with me, and I'm going insane. Anyways, back to Baileron. Yes, so his sister has unfortunately passed, which is something that is kind of plot relevant, and part of the reason why he goes traveling. And on his travels, that is when he runs into my, what the frick is the game called? Frontiers of Pandora, I see. And His name is what is it? I don't remember at this point in time. I'm such a bad OC parent. But Baleron's story is he's a part of the Mertikaya. He trusted Grace. He was happy to learn English. He was a part of this Grace's school. He learnt there, which means he's also friends, or not friends, but he knows of my other OCs, and that's an avatar whose name is Ryan. Who Ryan ends up falling in love with Sute, and Sute doesn't die in my universe. Obviously, Sute is actually dead, but we don't want to talk about that. So they become kind of like family. Obviously, Baleron is very skeptical about the whole using guns, but is also very open to this new world of possibilities at the same time. He still does follow the 3 laws of Awa, but he also wants to believe that Jake can save them, as Jake is Turok Makto. And then obviously in the war, before Jake becomes Turok Makto and the fall of Home Tree, that is when Baleron's sister dies. And Baleron goes back to the ashes right as Jake is awakening, and he watches from afar as Jake arises and calls Bob and watches him fly away. But Baleron decides to not tell Neytiri about this because it's not important. Well, he just feels like Neytiri's made a decision. Jake, at that point in the story, he's like, well, Jake is the one that's caused all this. But he finds his sister's body and has a whole Neytiri moment where he's all like, no, not my sister, where? And then later on, he goes back to where they've all headed up, where they're trying to speak to Awa and ask Awa for help. And that's when he sings the song chord that was shown in the last speed paint. And then he also connects to the tree to see if his sister has gone to Awa yet. But he has not. Because she's not like, yeah, it was like too recent. I don't know how it really works. I'm just gonna say she's not there yet. So he does end up speaking to her again at the end of the war once everything's over. And then obviously he gets his own life. He grows up and he's all like fine and dandy. He watches as Jake and Neytiri get children, wanting to start a family of his own. He starts like risen up the ladies, but alas, none of them are into his twink ass. God, what am I even talking about? His partner ends up being a character that I'm also going to show you later on in this video. But her name is Fitiri, and she is from a different clan. Okay, now lastly for this video, I'm just going to talk a little bit about Baleron's girlfriend. Her name is Fitiri, which is just because I love the name Fifi or Fee. And it's like Tiri. I kind of mished Fee and Tiri together from Neytiri's name. That's why it sounds so similar to Neytiri's name. And before this video goes any further, yes, I use a 3D model base. Oh my god, get over it, because I know some people are going to be like, oh, why would you do that? Anyways, now that that's out of the way, Fitiri, this design of her specifically, she is 31, so this is after her and Baleron have met and fallen in love. And I need to stop playing with the microphone while I'm doing these. I love her design. I purposely made it very detailed, and the reason I was able to make it this detailed was thanks to the pit crew that I used. I can't remember the name. I will put the pictures and stuff of the artist's name on the screen, obviously, because this is a very talented artist that made this pit crew, that it was made it possible for me to make my OC. And obviously I had the ideas for Fitiri before I used the pit crew, but the pit crew just helped me solidify her design, which is why I thought it was super useful. Obviously, my drawing doesn't look exactly like the pit crew. The pit crew is more of a reference for me, so I know what I'm doing. And And this was a pretty good drawing for me. This was when my art style peaked, probably. I used a lot of purples and cooler tones in the rendering of her skin, because I have a more painterly art style now. It's still not like 100% painterly or anything, but, you know, digress. So I used a lot more purple undertones on her skin because I thought it would add a lot more to it. Which I think I did execute that pretty well. And then I made sure to give her lots of like leaves and accessories just because she looks all pretty and shit. And I really love her. I really love how her outfit came out. Her outfit is actually based off an item of clothing that my sister had. Like, that she then gave to me, which I'm using for a cosplay of Baileron, funnily enough. But it's a dress that I'm turning into a loincloth. So that's what her shirt's based off. And I kind of designed this based off that, so it's literally like if I was to turn the dress I had into a two-piece, that's kind of what I did. Obviously using a lot more natural things as well, like leaves and stuff for her hair. She has a lot of stones and rocks and stuff around her neck, obviously. I really love the hairstyle I went with, obviously. The hairstyle was something that I didn't actually, like, I had a different idea of what I was going to do with her hairstyle before I made her in this pit crew. And the pit crew had, like, these, what are they called? Drill buns, I think? Which kind of look like cat ears too, so I thought that was really cute. I also gave her a lot of piercings just because I felt like I could. There's no real reason other than I just wanted to. But yeah, added a lot of leaves and added a lot of feathers and stuff into her hair. I think this is one of my best Na'vi drawings in general. Like, the proportions are very well. She looks very Na'vi. One thing that I've struggled with a lot, and I always change up how I draw, are their ears. But that's just me. I also purposely made her a lot duller in comparison to Baileron. So that's why she's a lot more, like, muted with her skin tone. Baileron's a lot more blue, like a vibrant blue. But this is something that I thought was very cute for her. It made her look more like she would definitely blend in with the forest a lot more than he would. She's obviously a part of a different tribe. Baileron leaves his tribe after his sister dies. He leaves the Abetakaya because it feels like too much of a bad memory. And then he goes and finds Fitiri in this tribe. And then they become lovers and they have kids. I haven't designed their kids yet, so don't ask about it. But yeah, I do a lot of rambling in these videos, obviously. Thank you for sticking around. Sorry for the 4-month hiatus. I hope you liked all this art in these videos, and I hope you're okay with me yapping about Avatar for, honestly, with all these videos combined, it's probably like 4+ hours now. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. One more thing I'm going to add about Futeria real quick is I made her have 2 different colored eyes, which I've not seen many people do with OCs. Other than that, that's all I pretty much have to say. My next video is probably going to be Avatar 2, because I can't stop. I'm sorry guys, especially I just watched Avatar Fire and Ash in cinemas literally yesterday, so it's going to be all I'm talking about for a little while. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video regardless, and bye!